Tactical Plastun-TT transporters began to arrive en masse on the line of contact. They can transport personnel and cargo, evacuate the wounded. The new vehicle has an advantage over armored vehicles in stealth and speed, and over buggies in payload and cross-country capability. She is able to move off-road, overcome steep ascents and fords. The troops have an urgent need for this kind of transport, experts say. The Plastun-TT wheeled all-terrain vehicles began to be mass supplied to the Special Military Operations Zone. Only in November, it is planned to transfer several dozen vehicles to the troops, Yerik Sajimbayev, CEO of the developer Russian Plastun all-terrain vehicles, told Izvestia. According to him, the vehicles are used to transport personnel, cargo, and evacuate the wounded. The company has already received feedback from the military. They note the high cross-country ability and load capacity compared to conventional civilian vehicles, said Yerik Sajimbayev. It carries the same amount as the Gazelle and is much superior in cross-country capability. This is especially true now in conditions of mudslide. The fighters also pay attention to the good maintainability of the car. The Plastun-TT tactical transporter is a lightweight all-terrain vehicle mounted on an articulated steel frame. The machine turns by folding the frame, and accordingly, the conveyor has a smaller turning radius and better maneuverability. The fracture mechanism makes it better than any single frame machine in terms of patency, says Yerik Sajimbayev. If the conveyor gets into a rut, the front and rear parts turn with the help of two powerful hydraulic cylinders, respectively. The front and rear wheels simultaneously leave the rut. This design is also effective when climbing a steep slope and will pass where other equipment will stall. The machine is equipped with 8-layer tractor tires on special discs. If the tire is punctured, the wheel will not be disassembled and the conveyor can continue moving at speeds up to 40 km per hour. At full load, the all-terrain vehicle easily climbs slopes above 30 degrees, overcomes a ford up to 80 centimeters deep, said Yerik Sajimbayev. There are driver and passenger seats in the front of the Plastun. In the rear section, which is 1.9 m long, there are 2 benches for 3 people each, located along the sides, with another place between them. A pair of stretchers can be freely installed on the benches, then a medic will take the place between them. In buggies, which are massively used at the front, there is simply no such amount of space. The car is open, but an easily removable awning is provided for both the cabin and the body, which stretches over the frame and protects it from the weather. The front seats are equipped with 3-point seat belts and heated seats. The cabin is heated by a powerful 8-kilowatt heater, and there are all the outlets necessary for military equipment, with voltages of 12, 24, and 220 volts. The Plastun-TT has advantages both over armored vehicles. It is much less noticeable to enemy drone operators, and over buggies, compared to which it has a much higher carrying capacity and passenger capacity. The length of the car is 5.15 m. Curb weight is 1850 kilograms. The all-terrain vehicle can reach speeds of up to 100 kilometers per hour. The angle of fracture of the frame is 30 degrees. Depending on the modification, it can take on board up to 10 people in full gear. All components of the Plastun-TT are Russian, made from serial civilian vehicles. The engine, transfer case, and gearbox from Niva, axles from Gazelle. This makes maintenance and repairs as simple and affordable as possible. There has long been a need for such vehicles in the military. Military expert Alexei Leonkov told Izvestia. When the special operation began, the equipment was not ready. Even if a reservation was made, the enemy found ways to attack it. It is noticeable, the enemy distinguishes it from drones. Therefore, the bet was made on inconspicuous vehicles, buggies. They performed well at the front. But the front needed a universal tool that could perform combat missions with maximum effect. This primarily concerns the load capacity, because it costs a lot to bring cargo to the front or evacuate personnel. Certain steps have been taken, and such a technical tool has appeared, consisting of Russian components. And it's better to produce your own all-terrain vehicles than to buy them from somewhere. Izvestia reported that Plastun-TT tracked all-terrain vehicles were being delivered to the Special Operation Area. These vehicles received light armor and armored glass that can withstand 7.62mm bullets fired from a Kalashnikov assault rifle and a Dragunov sniper rifle from a distance of 100 m. All-terrain vehicles are used as vehicles for evacuating the wounded. They can accommodate 2 stretchers. Plastun-TT is equipped with 2 types of lifting masts, which are equipped with video equipment for monitoring the terrain, including thermal imagers. This allows you to conduct reconnaissance or visually monitor the desired area, even at night. The image from the camera is transmitted to the screen, which is installed in the cabin. An 82mm mortar can be mounted on the all-terrain vehicle. The stability of the chassis allows for rapid fire without changing the adjustment after each released mine. Critics, including Ukrainian sources, mock its silly looks but concede its utility against Western sanctions limiting imports. Open design leaves crews exposed to shrapnel or FPVs, echoing losses of sister vehicle Plastun-SN in 2023. Yet, with hundreds needed per sector, Plastun's domestic focus, 100% Russian parts, sidesteps supply woes. Looking ahead, Sajimbayev hints at variants, amphibious upgrades, or integrated drone jammers. As winter looms, with frozen ground easing mobility, the Plastun-TT could tip scales in assaults near Pokrovsk or Kurakov. For now, it's a testament to Russia's adaptive industry, from Neva roots to frontline savior.